Good evening and welcome to Anglo News. I'm Lily, bringing you the latest on a serious seismic political storm rocking Westminster. Sir Keir Starmer's leadership of the Labour Party is facing its gravest challenge yet, as internal rebellions and a resurgent Reform UK threaten to reshape the future of British politics. Emphatic. Tonight, we dive into the unrest gripping Labour, the growing influence of Reform UK, and what this means for England's political landscape. Thoughtful. Just weeks ago, whispers of discontent within Labour's ranks were dismissed as mere grumbling. Dramatic. Now, those whispers have erupted into a full-scale revolt, threatening to fracture the party and undermine Starmer's authority. Over 120 Labour MPs recently signed a reasoned amendment to block the government's controversial welfare reform bill, a move that could have derailed Starmer's flagship policy to cut £5 billion from disability and sickness benefits by 2030. This emphatic, unprecedented rebellion, led by prominent figures like Dame Meg Hillier, forced the Prime Minister into a dramatic, surprised U-turn, with concessions ensuring that current personal independence payment recipients will not face cuts. Serious, but the damage is far from contained. Labour MPs are openly questioning Starmer's leadership, disapproving, accusing him of poor party management and a failure to connect with the party's traditional working-class base. One backbencher described the situation as, quoting, "a year of poor party management, with decision-makers operating like an exclusive club, disconnected from both MPs and grassroots supporters." The fallout from this rebellion has exposed deep ideological rifts within Labour, with some MPs warning that without a wider reset in relations with Downing Street, warning discontent will continue to fester, building intensity. Adding fuel to the fire, Reform UK is seizing the moment. Under the influence of Nigel Farage and led by Richard Tice, the party has transformed from a fringe movement into a emphatic, formidable political force. Recent local election results and a by-election loss in Runcorn and Helsby to Reform UK by just 6 votes have sent shocked shockwaves through Labour's heartlands. Posts on X reflect growing public sentiment that Reform UK is outpacing the Conservatives as a credible opposition, with one user noting, quoting, "Reform are fast becoming the opposition to Labour, concerned. Labour's troubles don't end there." The party's decision to push ahead with welfare cuts despite fierce opposition has alienated key voter groups. MPs like Richard Bergen and Nadia Whittome have publicly, determined, vowed to vote against the revised welfare bill, calling the concessions nowhere near good enough. Meanwhile, voters in post-industrial regions, once Labour strongholds, are increasingly drawn to Reform UK. Sky News data suggests that while Starmer has attempted to appeal to Reform voters by adopting tougher rhetoric on immigration and slashing overseas aid, this strategy is backfiring, with more Labour supporters defecting to the Liberal Democrats or Greens than to Reform UK. The mood inside Labour's headquarters is reportedly bleak. Insiders describe a leadership team scrambling to contain the damage, with fears of further rebellions looming. Starmer's absence from key party meetings, such as a recent Parliamentary Labour Party gathering, has drawn sharp criticism, with one MP telling The Telegraph, frustrated, "Where was Keir? We have no leader." The Prime Minister's attempts to project strength have fallen flat, with his initial dismissal of the welfare rebellion as noises off, sparking further anger among MPs. Across the aisle, Reform UK is riding a wave of momentum. A recent council seat win in Whitworth, Lancashire, saw Reform's candidate outperform both Labour and the Conservatives combined. The party's message of national renewal and economic self-reliance is resonating deeply, particularly in communities feeling neglected by Westminster. As one Reform MP put it, confident, This is the beginning of a seismic change in British politics. The Conservatives, led by Kemi Badenoch, are watching closely, framing Labour's turmoil as evidence of Starmer's weakness. Yet, they too face challenges, as Reform UK draws support from their traditional base, particularly among Brexit-aligned voters. Badenoch has called for stricter welfare reforms, arguing that Labour's concessions undermine fiscal responsibility. Public reaction is electric. Social media platforms are ablaze, with hashtags like #LabourCollapse and #StarmerCrisis as voters and commentators debate the future of British politics. Polls show a sharp decline in Labour's support, with Reform UK and other anti-establishment parties gaining ground. The upcoming vote on the welfare bill, set for July 1st, will be a critical test of Starmer's ability to hold his party together. As Britain stands at a crossroads, the stakes could not be higher. Labour's once solid coalition is unravelling, torn between its progressive ambitions and working-class roots. Reform UK's rise signals a broader shift, as voters demand authenticity and accountability from their leaders. The next general election is shaping up to be a referendum on Britain's identity, with immigration, economic fairness, and national sovereignty at the forefront. This is a pivotal moment for England. Thoughtful, will Labour reinvent itself, or is it headed for collapse? Serious, can Starmer restore trust, or will Reform UK redefine the political landscape? One thing is certain, the old certainties of British politics are gone, and a new era is dawning. That's all for tonight on Anglo News. I'm Lily, and we'll keep you updated as this serious historic crisis unfolds. Stay with us for the latest on England.